Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Annie and this is Unity Consciousness. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I'd like to welcome our new subscribers and thank those of you who are returning for this energy update this week. Well, today we've got a big day. We've been waiting for this one for a long time. Planet Venus is stationing to go direct in the sign of Leo. As you know, Venus has been retrograde for quite some time, and this Venus retrograde season has been quite eventful. There's no doubt about that. Now, with Venus stationing to go direct, her power is heightened. And we may begin to get some clarity related to who and what we value as an indicator of the love that we have for ourselves. That was that theme for the Venus retrograde season. And with Venus being a personal planet, it is going to have a personal impact on us. Now, when Venus doesn't just station, go direct, and get up to speed really quickly, no, it takes some time. So she's going to remain in shadow until the 7th of October. So this clarity that we get after we've taken some time to reevaluate who and what we value, and also taking a look at that relationship that we have for ourselves, which has us attracting those things to ourselves. We've taken some time to evaluate this. We now can start to get that clarity, but it may take a little bit of time for that clarity to show up for us in our lives. There's no doubt about that. Now, when I woke up this morning, I have to tell you, there was just this underlying feeling of uncertainty. And as I tried to pinpoint it, I'm not, and I think it's a combination. I was going to say I'm not certain that it's Venus's slow down retrograde motion to turn and go direct as much as it is Jupiter, the other benefic planet. We've got the higher and the lower, both this week changing. They're slowing down. Venus is going to go retrograde direct. Jupiter is going to station to go retrograde. And that's the planet of optimism and clarity and expansion. And when Jupiter slows down to go retrograde, that's where the uncertainty is coming in, I do believe. So I've got a real strong feeling of that today. So if you do too, just sit with it. Remember that those benefic planets ask us to trust the universe. So by the same level that I'm feeling this uncertainty and I don't really like it, I'm going to apply first some gratitude for being able to have that feeling, but more importantly, I am going to apply trust in the outward workings of my life and the fact that Jupiter definitely and the universe has my greatest good in mind, and I need to step in and go with that, right? So then tomorrow, so we've got Venus today stationing to go retrograde. Then tomorrow morning, we have Mercury, which is retrograde in the sign of Virgo, is going to trine Jupiter, standing still, because Jupiter is getting ready to go retrograde. Jupiter standing still in the sky, Mercury retrograde in Virgo is going to trine this energy. It is an earth trine. And it is very good. It's good energy. I like the feeling of this energy. And it really is expanding the Mercury retrograde theme of understanding our habits and our actions are of every day, those details. This is Virgo here, so details of our habits and our actions and the motivational force behind them. Why do we do what we do? And with Virgo, again, another Virgo theme of discernment, we are going to use that discernment to determine whether our motivation is healthy mastery, or are we stuck in spinning our wheels on an old paradigm that we can't do anything about anyway. Then shortly after that trine, we have Jupiter is going to go retrograde, but I want to finish a concept that I want to discuss about Mercury. So that Mercury retrograde theme that we talked about, habits and actions, and using our discernment to determine whether those habits and actions are motivated by healthy mastery or are we spinning our wheels on an old paradigm. On Wednesday, Mercury, which is retrograde, is going to go deep into the heart of the sun. They're going to conjunct. Mercury is going to disappear with all the light that the sun is, becoming invisible, giving even greater meaning, more personal one, if you will, to that question of discernment and our motivations. What are habits and actions? What are the motivations for those habits and those actions? I think that once Mercury emerges, becomes visible again, coming out of that conjunction with the sun, we may get a little more insight relative to that. There's no doubt about that. But let's get back to Jupiter. So again, Jupiter and Mercury retrograde trine. Then shortly thereafter, Jupiter is going to go retrograde in the sign of Taurus. And Mercury trining Jupiter can bring optimism and hope. But that retrograde can leave you feeling a little less confident because, again, Jupiter is stationing to go retrograde. So it's time for the evaluation of our goals, wishes, hopes, and aspirations, right? And it's in the sign of Taurus, so it's stability. Are they really bringing us stability? We could see some of those goals and aspirations slow down so that we have the ability to reflect upon it and reevaluate some of those goals and aspirations. Remember that all of these things happen for purpose and clarity. And by the time Jupiter reemerges to go forward the end of December, some of the clarity that we need to help us pick up that pace on that path that we want to take, using the discernment of the Jupiter retrograde season to help us understand the direction that we want to take and why we want to take it, then we can move forward. So this is a time of reevaluation, all those re-words, but it's going to be towards our hopes, wishes, aspirations, and goals. Now we're taking a closer look at those. Then I mentioned on Wednesday, Mercury retrograde is going to conjunct the sun. Very interesting day, there's no doubt about that. Then on Friday of this week, we have another really fun day. The sun in Virgo is going to trine Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. The sun trines Jupiter typically twice a year. And that's a very, very lucky day. There's no doubt about that. So you may be feeling overly optimistic on this day. You could, but Jupiter is retrograde in Taurus. You may begin to see that reassessment of goals really become pronounced. That's what I see with this energy. It can be lucky breaks, there's no doubt about that, but the lucky break might be us being more rooted in that change of what we need to do to get where we need to go. It may not be time to make that change yet, not till the end of December, but we're starting to get some of that clarity because of the sun's light in the sign of Virgo, helping us understand the details of the situation, what we need to do, what we need to pivot on so that we can move closer to long-term stability, which is a Jupiter in Taurus theme. But this week you can feel overly optimistic too whenever Jupiter and or Venus are slowing down to go forward or backward. You could have an overly inflated sense of optimism. Just be mindful of that. Keep your feet on the ground if you need to. And just know that uncertainty can lead to optimism. With all the uncertainty that I feel today, I truly do believe that that's going to transition to optimism, and it may happen by the time I get to Friday. So anyway, that's all I have for you this week. I had a card jump out. We decided to use the Animal Spirit deck. We've got a lot of earth energy, so we picked up this deck, and the card that jumped out was the Scorpion. In this deck, the Scorpion is an air sign. You see the symbol at the top. In a traditional tarot or traditional zodiac, Scorpion has to do with water themes. In this case, it is all about fire. So, Scorpion, passionate, competitive, tends towards isolation. The Scorpion is a passionate and determined creature. Their career is very important to them. As are a few select friends Sometimes the Scorpion's heat festers and they focus on an unresolved event from the past, usually a situation where they were left feeling burned. The Scorpion card says it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual but fiery self. When I saw this card, originally I was a little perplexed as to why it would jump out, but then it hit me. With Venus turning direct, this is an opportunity for us to let go of perhaps a relationship or something that has changed the manner in which we feel because we felt burnt about something, and maybe it's time for us to let go of that. But anyway, well, that's all I have. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you know someone that can be helped by this video, please do co-create with me and share this video with them. If you want to know when videos are being dropped, click the subscribe button. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please post them in the comment section below. I always love to hear from you. I hope you have a fabulous week. Namaste.